Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Fresh Start Show. This is Tom Cortese, the co-host, and Dr. Holt will be joining me via telephonic from California, where he is speaking at a conference there. Get up, sit up, go get whatever it is you need to wake up and get a fresh start. And listen to what we have to tell you today, because we're going to be announcing an event. And it's going to be March 23rd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 1940 Silver Lake Road. And it's going to be the Fresh Start International Empowerment Clinic, the first one. And we're going to do these during the year up until the point where we do the big event so we can prepare for the big event. And I'm going to bring Dr. Holt in to talk about the relationship that we are developing with Goodwill Industries, who is supporting us and collaborating with us on putting on these events. And it's just wonderful. Dr. Holt, come on in.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Come on.
All right. Welcome, guys. It's a little different. I'm not in the studio. Tom is locking it down in the studio at 106 The Groove. But no, thank you so kindly for always supporting us. I'm in right now as we speak live in San Jose, California, and have the distinguished pleasure of speaking for California School Counselors Association Conference. So I've been traveling all this week and just got off the plane from Florida, flew into Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, to drive up to the Jekyll Island in Georgia to speak at the Mindset Conference, and then suffering from jet lag, getting back on the plane to come up here. So been an eventful week, and then I fly back tonight back home so I can celebrate my little girl's birthday on the 10th and Super Bowl on the 11th. So we just got a great experience on this week. A little tired, but everything is good. But no, just want to call in and just speak on the behalf of, we have a great event coming up, Fresh Start Empowerment Clinic. It's our first clinic. You guys know about our expo, the ginormous event we do every year, but we do acknowledge that people are getting out of prison throughout the year, and we needed to do more. And so for the last couple of years, people have been asking for Fresh Start to do more because they love our one-stop shop model. So because on the request of the community, Fresh Start heard you, and we wanted to answer by providing our first quarterly Empowerment Clinic. The Empowerment Clinic is a smaller version of the Expo. It will not be as big as the Expo, but it will give a more one-on-one, intimate session of a one-stop shop for people who's being released from prison or have been released from prison for a couple of years in these services, that we are able to meet those community needs every quarter. So, yes, we will be doing Fresh Start Empowerment Clinics every quarter. Our first one, Tom just announced. We have a flyer. You can go to our website. You can go to our social media. We're circling it around. We have a QR code. We're asking for people that's going to come. Please register. Again, this is not the big expo where it's an unlimited number of people to come, because we have the TCC that can hold a large number of people. We will be in a smaller space, but enough space to accommodate for a smaller group who needs these services throughout the year. So come meet us at the Goodwill Center. The address is on the flyer. Tom just announced it. And we're going to be there from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on a Saturday, March 23rd, 25th?
23rd, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yes, so come out and join us. I just got my phone. I'm in my hotel. I don't have my flyer in front of me. So come on out. We're looking for a good time. We're going to have the judges. We're going to have the prosecutors. We're going to have the public defenders. We're going to have felony-friendly employers.
I got a list of stuff that we're offering that day, bro, and it's civil rights restoration, warrant resolution, juvenile record expungement, marijuana conviction expungement, apply for government assistance programs, justice-friendly housing, justice-friendly employers, education opportunities, access to behavioral health and addiction services, access to basic medical services. We're going to have clothing. We're going to have haircuts, COVID vaccine, man, we got it going on. And bro, I mean, last year there was some people that didn't get to go through the line. And, you know, us doing this during the year is going to make sure that we get everybody through the line during the year.
I love it, and you're exactly right. Believe it or not, as big as the expo was, we had a long line at the expo, I think like around 8 a.m. So a lot of people, the line was building up through that first hour for the expo. And, you know, believe it or not, even though we say 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., we still have people that actually come to the TCC at 12:30 expecting to get seen.
Yeah, I think there were still 80 people in line at 12:30.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't work that way. No. You got to come early, you know, so we try to tell people, you can't come at 12:30 p.m., you may be able to see vendors at 12:30, but if you need legal services, you can't come in at 12:30. You got to come early so we can get you registered in. Yeah. We can get find out what services you need, all of that. So
you're going to spend a half a day changing the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's 6 hours of your day that is going to affect every part of your next 40 years.
Yeah.
If you come and take care of this stuff and you take advantage of the people that are there, the resources that are there, the jobs, the housing, all of the counseling. I mean, if you take advantage of those things, you don't have a choice but to be successful, because all of those people that we have partnering with us, like Goodwill, they care about people's futures. And they're invested in each individual in the community as we are. So, I mean, this is super cool, bro. We're bringing more groups together, and the new partnership with Goodwill is just wonderful. Lance Meeks was going to be on the show today. He had an emergency come up, because I'll tell you, this dude is all over the city doing as much as he can for the city and for the community and for these disenfranchised groups that need this help. And now partnering with Fresh Start International to go forward, man, it's going to blow up. And like it is, bro. And you could tell everybody about how it's blowing up. I mean, it's incredible. Maricopa, come on.
Yeah. And so a lot of people don't know, but I've been working behind the scenes as the founder to, you know, and I told you the needs are so big. And so usually when people see our documentary, I have people saying, what can that look like, you know, in other states? We have Mayor Romero saying, I think as a mayor, this should be in as many cities as possible. We have Adelita Grajova, our Pima County chair of our Board of Supervisors, saying the same thing. This should be in so many other cities.
Judge Brennan.
So it's happening. It's happening. You know, you're right. Judge Bergen, same thing, is doing the exact same thing, saying, hey, from a court's perspective, that we need to be doing more of this. And so we're on the move of doing that. And so, number one, you know, we're very thankful for Lance Meek. We're thankful for the partnership with Goodwill, giving us extra space and partnership so we can do more of this throughout the year in Tucson. And so this is your opportunity. So do I have to wait all the way to October? As great as October Expo is, absolutely not. Now we're going to be doing these smaller clinics where we're going to still be doing the same exact services, same partners, same judges, attorneys that's going to be helping you to get your services. I had somebody, I think a couple of days ago, hey, I got a suspended driver's license, March 23rd. Come on down next month. So get your paperwork. I think a lot of people don't know how much paperwork is entailed in regards to getting your felony sealed. So we got to do a lot of that pre-work. You should be starting that right now. So when you come down on March 23rd, we can be able to do some of those things. So, let's go. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Hey, man. I mean, and for you guys out there, if you're thinking about coming, you ladies out there, and listen, $14 per hour of your programming in prison, the judge will subtract from your fines and fees. How incredible is that? If you did 100 hours, he's going to subtract that $14 per hour for 100 hours for your fines and fees. And most of the time, bro, our judges they're just wiping out fines and fees just in order to structure things so people can be successful. So
Tom, tell them again your just experience. Just a few months ago, I don't think we say it enough. I don't think you say so people can know, like, hey, I'm just not a co-host on the show, and I'm not partnering with Fresh Start, working with Fresh Start. I'm a benefactor of this. This just happened. I think people need to know we're not blowing smoke.
No.
This stuff really happens. Judges know Fresh Start by our brand and by our success rate.
Yeah. And wonderful, bro. And 3 years ago, I started with Fresh Start, and I was like, maybe this will apply for me to when it's time for me to get my rights back, or the restoration, or be able to vote. But I put it off. And then the following year, it was like, man, I don't want to take advantage of all this time for them spending the time on me when these people are in line. And then this year, I was like, you know what? I'm getting it done. I want to vote. I want to be able to. So I did it, and it took them I had all my paperwork, and it took them 45 minutes to do all the paperwork that it took for me to go before a judge. But what happened? Yeah. I got to go before a judge, and when I got to go before a judge, they set it to the date November 6th. It was 2 weeks from the expo, and when I went into the courtroom was full, and the judge made an announcement at the beginning, and she said, "Who's here from Fresh Start?" And all these hands shot up, bro. And I didn't know everybody was there from Fresh Start, but I see all these hands shoot up, and it's like, oh, man, this is cool. Little did I know, on the 5th floor, it was happening in another full courtroom. And there were 8, 9 people there from Fresh Start. Me, I go before the judge.
I'm the founder, and I didn't even get to see that. That would have been so dope for me to see that.
And I don't remember seeing that judge at the expo. I don't remember knowing that judge, but she knew Fresh Start.
Yeah.
And that was the cool part, bro. And each person that went up there, and there were 6 that went before me, 7 in the courtroom, and 6 that went before. Every one of them got everything that they asked for, and 2 of them asked for Celia record. For those guys, I mean, you could almost see this enormous weight just taken off of them. When they walked free from that courtroom, they were walking on air because they no longer had this in their rear view.
Yeah.
And it wasn't coming in their front view. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I just always want you to feel comfortable for you to, share your story, because it's real. Smiles on people's faces is real. People being able to get employment is real.
Yeah, I love it, bro, because the judge asked, they didn't have all my paperwork, and she said, well, I don't know if we can do the restoring the gun right. I said, I don't want a gun. I want to vote. It was bro, and we've talked about it before, how important it is to walk into that voting booth and be able to have your voice heard. But it's not only that, it's that other people see you walking in there, so you're not isolated or ostracized from society because you can't go in there.
And thank you for bringing up the voting piece. I think sometimes we still forget, especially in the year of election, how it's important to be able to exercise your constitutional right as an American and be able to vote. Over 200,000 people in Arizona is disenfranchised to vote because of a felony record.
That's real.
I believe because of Fresh Start, and now, I didn't announce it yet officially, but we're about to do Fresh Start Phoenix this year. So we're going to be doing Fresh Start Expo in October, and Fresh Start Expo Tucson in October, Fresh Start Phoenix in November. So we're about to be doing 2 ginormous expos each year in Arizona. Do you know how important that is? Because if 200,000 people can't vote because of a criminal record, and you got Fresh Start in Phoenix and Fresh Start in Pima, and these are the 2 largest demographic counties in our state, then that means we're going to put a dent in that disenfranchisement number. That means more people each year is going to be able to vote. So I just want to let you know we are on the move. I'm going to make a few more points. I'm going to let you go, Tom, so you can close out the show I can get back to the conference.
Yeah.
But we got the Phoenix, so anybody that's listening got family members in the Maricopa County, we are coming to the Phoenix area in Tempe. So get excited. Let's make impacts. We're about to impact families. There's also a piece we're doing Fresh Start Families with. the expo. So it's just going to be an awesome year this year where our state is going to be blessed. Now we can say state, not just Tucson anymore. Now we're talking about Fresh Start impacting the state, and that's crazy. We know, we know God has favored Fresh Start. I will not take any credit. I won't take no glory from God. We are change agents. We're public servants that is making an impact. So let me tell you the next thing too. So I'm flying out to Washington, D.C. in April.
There it is.
Because we have major stakeholders, even at federal level, who wants us to host a Fresh Start in Washington, D.C., the national capital.
Come on.
Guys, let me tell you, when I tell you God is really moving, and when I told y'all a few years ago, the vision that God showed me that we were going to be having Fresh Starts in every major city in our country, that's happening right now. Guys, you know what's going to happen. D.C. is the national capital. That's where the funding, that's where the grants, that's where the federal supporters, that's where the Federal Bureau of Prisons, the director there.
That's where policies are made.
And I already have the former director.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I got the former director of Bureau of Prisons, Federal Bureau of Prisons, want to meet with me when I get to D.C. in April. And that's just one person. So we are really on the move where Fresh Start is spreading. God is really spreading our territory. We're really, really excited about that. So I want everybody to stay tuned to the great things that is happening. But we're just here, man, to make impacts. And Fresh Start is a catalyst. We're not competing with no organization. We are welcoming many organizations that has a similar mission to work with us as a catalyst to bring more resources, more expertise at the table. So at the end of the day, Phoenix is blessed. Tucson is blessed. Its surrounding areas is blessed. That's what it's all about. We're not about marginalizing people. We're about uniting people, using synergy for some great things. And finally, I would say this, and I'm gonna bow out and let you take over. But this is Black History Month, and so we celebrate Black History Month. We want to make sure that Fresh Start acknowledges firmly Black History Month and all the Black Americans who have contributed to our country to make our country a better place. All of our heroes, all of our descendants of slaves, all of our civil rights leaders and heroes who have fought for civil rights, human rights, and social justice. We thank you. And we know that somebody like me, I'm standing on the shoulders of many of our descendants of slaves, our Black community, our Black heroes, our civil rights leaders who have helped pave the way. And Dr. Holt just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And even though that we have made some great strides and we have had some great successes in our work, the fight against injustice and inequality, we still got much, much, much work to do. And so let's continue to finish strong, continue to fight the good fight of faith. And we know that the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but he that endureth to the end. So we're going to finish strong. And just want to say God bless everybody. Tom, you're going to take it on. I got to get back to the conference.
Thank you, Dr. Holt.
Thank you so much for your support. God bless you. And I don't know who y'all rooting for Super Bowl. Maybe Taylor Swift may be the one who gets the biggest acknowledgement.
I don't know. AI already decided who won, so you don't even have to watch it. All right.
Yeah,
God bless you, brother, and be safe.
All right. Well, God bless y'all. Take care.
Amen.
Bye-bye.
And I'll tell you, talking about that, as a politician in the state of Arizona, I would start to think about policies and how we treat the people that are incarcerated, and policies how we are going to affect change in the people's lives that are being released into our communities. Because when you get 200,000 people that are unable to vote today and we get restoration of voting rights tomorrow, that'll change the next election. When you have a voting block like that, you can actually change policy and procedures, and you can actually get people in the legislature to get on board with things that will make a change to a system that has been broken for a very long time. We have incarcerated at mass numbers over the last 25 years. And in Arizona, turning the sentencing code to punishment rather than rehabilitation and programming. Way back in 1978, there was a indeterminate sentencing code where you would get like 5 to 15 years or 10 to 20. And depending on your behavior and the programming that you did was the amount of time that you would serve. And you can cut dramatic amounts of time off of your time if you were to program, if you were to work, if you were to go to school. That all stopped when the punishment system went into effect. It didn't matter what programming you did, you still had to do the amount of time that you were sentenced to. And that was the problem with the system. And then the system started sentencing more and more people to 25 years to life, 25 years to life. And then they cut out parole and community supervision. So the system has gone away from anything that was constructive or incentivized for people working toward release. Yes, when you go to prison, you should go to school. You should get a vocation. You should do all of those things. But we continually talk about, everybody says rehabilitation, rehabilitation, but we are dealing with a population that upwards 70% of them have never been habilitated to begin with. So you can't rehabilitate something that has never had a trade, a vocation, an education, a job. You have to start from square one. And I'll tell you, with Fresh Start, it's been a wonderful opportunity that we're able to work with different groups. We're able to work with different organizations. We're able, Piedmont Community College with the Centers of Excellence. I was just talking about it yesterday at an event. We do Movement Day for Tucson. And we're talking about the Center of Excellence that has robotics and this automotive school that is just incredible and beyond belief. And it's available, and we don't have a whole bunch of people signed up for it. We need people to start investing in their own futures, but we need to invest in people and in the community where the people are going to live. And part of what we get to do, we do that. As you know, I also do a Market on the Move every second Saturday, which is today. So come on out to Amphi Bible Church. We are giving up to 60 pounds of food for a $10 donation. Anybody that is military, it is half price. And come on out there, because we go through about 120 boxes of food, and it's probably going to be raining. And you're going to be in your cars, and we'll be out in the rain with raincoats on, but it's going to be fine, because you know what? You have no choice but to come get that box, and you're going to have to share it, or it's going to go bad. And what we try to do, Fresh Start for Tucson, myself, we try to cause people to initiate community. And when you do that, you are able to find out that, you know what, there's other people that have your struggles. There's other people that have some of the obstacles that are in your life, and maybe they've found a way to maneuver those, and you can help each other, you know, and maybe in that fellowship you could join together and become stronger. And there's a beautiful verse that talks about one braided and two braided and three is stronger than any and can stand together against anything. And we are looking for communities that are willing to stand together against those things that are setting people back and setting people down. There's a lot of mental illness out there, and going out to visit the homeless camps this past week, I saw a lot of terrible, but I saw a lot of spirit, and I saw a lot of good people that are in bad situations that they didn't necessarily cause themselves, or they caused them themselves. It doesn't really matter. What are we going to do with them now? And each and every day we have a choice of what we can do with what we've been given. And I am so thankful that I've been given this day, that I can use this day. We're going to bless some families with some food and give them a fresh start for the next week. That's the opportunity we get every day, that we get to share with people in this city our love for them and our love for a city flourishing. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Fresh start.